Ready.
Set.
Gamecast.
Shut up and sit down.
Welcome to Ready Set Gamecast, a bi-weekly podcast about video games and Silicon Valley startups. I'm Bryce, and I'm joined by the local marketing expert, Darian.
Welcome to the meeting.
The computer engineer, Teddy Chinaris.
I'm actually the one keeping all the servers up for Battle for Azeroth right now. It's all me.
And joining us this week, we have the hot new tech genius making all the tech.
All the nudes.
Why did no one tell me this sentence didn't make sense? Alex Van Aken.
That does not make sense, yeah.
Did you say nude technology?
The hot new tech genius making all the new on the tech places.
That sounds right.
That sentence makes zero sense. We'll just go with the nude technologies, making
Nude tech. I like
was
nude
supposed to be
tech.
making waves at all the tech places. Was that what I was originally going for?
Well, all right. It's okay.
Yeah. Anyway, what kind of technology have you been working on, Alex?
Well, Bryce, have you ever wanted to take a nude with your clothes on?
Every day.
I'm working on something very powerful.
Wow.
I think that's illegal.
That's impressive.
Yeah, that might
I
be
think
real. I
that's
don't
a
know.
violation of
I
privacy.
might have an impending copyright strike. I
That's
don't know.
just like X-ray technology. That's what that is.
Like, yeah, somebody invents X-rays and they're just like, we could take nudes with this, and be like, well, what if we like looked if people were sick and stuff, and be like, but what about the nudes? Have you thought of the nudes?
We're bringing
That's
it back
where all
to the
the money
basics.
is.
Exactly.
Anyway, you know what is also a great technology? Video games.
Disagree.
What video games have you been playing, Alex Van Aken?
Well, this week, excuse me, I picked up a game called Dead Cells on the Nintendo Switch. I wasn't going to pick it up at first, but then it got a whole bunch of press and in regards to, I think, a news story we'll talk about later. But yeah, I picked up this game, Dead Cells. It's a 2D. I would say it's very similar to, like, I guess you'd call it like a roguelike or a roguelite with some Metroidvania kind of influences. But you're essentially, it's a run-based game. So maybe like think Spelunky, where which I've never played, but hear great things, where you start off on a run, and in Dead Cells you have randomized equipment at the beginning, and you're just trying to make it as far as you can through these dungeons and environments. And every time you kill an enemy, or if you want to speed run and get to certain places and within like a short amount of time, you're rewarded with these things called cells, which you then it's kind of like the Dark Souls thing, like where you're like carrying around, like, I think they're like called blood vials. I've never played Dark Souls, but
Isn't that
I think they're just souls.
Yeah.
Souls.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I've never, like I said.
I think it's like blood in Bloodborne.
Is that what it is? Because I
It's
have played
something like
Bloodborne.
that. It's something different, but
Okay. So it's kind of that idea where you are collecting this item that you then throughout your playthrough that you then put into your gear and stuff like that. And if you die, you lose it all, and then you start over at the beginning. So death is inevitable, and so every run you are trying to make it to the end of the dungeon, and then there's I think there's a total of like 8 or 9 dungeons you can go to through your run, and it's all procedurally generated. But after there's like these midpoints in your runs where you can like turn in your cells and upgrade your equipment that you pick up, and a lot of the equipment has like modifiers. So like I might get a bow and arrow that's like, when you shoot an arrow, you also throw out a grenade, or you shoot an arrow and there's a slick of tar that hits the ground that you can that gets engulfed in flames or whatever. And so you can upgrade the equipment. Like I said, you can change those modifiers. And so you're kind of like building your set, building your rig as you go and as you pick up things. So lots of like, I guess, like tactical choice and ways that you can attack things. Like I know my buddy Blessing, he goes through and kind of speed runs things and kind of avoids enemies. I like to play with turrets and kind of throw turrets around and just kind of dodge attacks and let the turrets attack. So really cool game, great on Switch. Has anybody else here played it?
No, but I have a couple of questions because I kind of want to play it.
Hit me with them.
Did you ever play a game called Rogue Legacy?
No, but I am very familiar with it. I've watched people play it.
Dead Cells. So, like, are there upgrades that persist into your future runs?
Yes. So that's what you're collecting the cells for.
Okay.
And so you're like unlocking talents
interested.
and perks, and you're unlocking. So everything's randomized at the beginning, like your bow and arrow, your shield, your like melee item, but you can unlock more weapons that get put into that pool, if that makes sense. And and that's where you use the cells, and that all persists throughout your playthrough. So the game over time, like the more time you put in, the easier it gets.
2 people in chat just told me that this is like exactly, if you miss Rogue Legacy, this is what you want. I'm
This is your
so
chance,
happy.
Yeah.
Rogue Legacy is like one of my favorite gaming memories. I am very excited about this now.
Yeah.
I have to.
It's awesome.
Now I have to find the money.
Yeah.
Cool.
But so I've been playing that. I also dove back into World of Warcraft. I've kind of been playing the past couple months, but I really dove in actually seriously this past week, and knocked out like all of the pre-Battle for Azeroth content. So I got like the exclusive mount and all that stuff. So it's all setting up Battle for Azeroth. And I haven't played WoW since Cataclysm, and so I'm not really focused on all of the expansions I missed right now. I kind of want to be here for the zeitgeist for Battle for Azeroth. So I went ahead and used the token that upgrades one character to 110. So I boosted my main from 85 to 110. I could have done a new character, but I really like my rogue. And so I just did that. And so then they've really just streamlined that whole I was really worried I was going to like boost up to 110 and then get lost. But there is a great tutorial, like they even familiarize you, like here's how your things have changed, or they kind of treat you like a new player, even though you know, which is nice. And it doesn't take too long to do that.
I know a lot of people who are really hesitant about the boost who have like played before and are like, I don't know, it feels like cheating, but like
it does.
Once you do it
at first.
Yeah, like it's like no regrets. You're like, oh, now I'm in with everybody playing the new thing. Like you want to be playing the relevant stuff for sure. Mm-hmm.
And
I am very excited.
I had that hesitation like you're talking about, but then I'm like, listen, I've got 2,500 hours in this account. Like I can do a boost. Yeah, exactly. And I am planning. I've been leveling. So the past couple months, I have been, every once in a while getting on and leveling up a new character to kind of experience things as they are now. And so I will be getting that experience. But I just wanted to participate in the new expansion. And I mean, I am so stoked. The whole story, I don't know if people are familiar, but like they're in Battle for Azeroth, they're bringing it back to like Horde versus Alliance instead of like, world ending calamity and stuff with like the Burning Legion. But I'm really, really enjoying it so far. And just everything that's been set up, like Sylvanas has gone off her rocker and is like murdering innocent people, committing genocide, and
the Horde.
Yeah, the
doing
Horde.
Evil things.
The evil people. No, the all-time actually love on up is Horde. Really enjoying it. But no, Sylvanas is totally evil. And I'm excited to see how like her relationship with Sourfang plays out. And then how the whole alliance side plays out, like getting revenge or like I don't know what's gonna happen, but I'm excited.
Yeah. I'm really, really pumped. I play WoW, but I played like in high school, which was technically like Mists of Pandaria, but I didn't actually play that because I just logged in and then played like really early stuff with some friends, just like leveling. And I've played really, really casually up until Legion, like 4 months after it came out. And I played, like I would play once every like 3 months. I'd log in, play a little bit, maybe like once every 4 months. But then when Legion
typical
came out,
kind
like,
of game experience, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Once Legion came
Then
out,
it
I
took
logged in
over.
like 4 months later, and then just played for like 3 months, 3 to like 4 months,
Mm-hmm.
which was like the longest bit I had actually like invested in. And I was super excited for BFA because this is the first time I've actually gone into WoW with the new expansion like at the same time as everyone else. So I'm very excited.
It's wild. Like when an expansion launches, like there's a race to be like the first level 120.
Yeah.
The race to get to be, and the server will let you know. Like they'll announce their name and everything, and be like, like Sourfang is the first Night Elf rogue to reach level 120 on the realm, and so it's like it's a really cool feeling. Like it's very
I'm so
much
excited.
Yeah, elevates like the communal feeling of WoW.
Yeah. WoW has always been, except for like just leveling with like a good friend, it's always been relatively a solo experience for me. So I definitely want to get people in like mythic dungeons. I've heard about a lot. They seem like a lot of fun. I want to do a lot more like group content with people. I've also technically never done a raid, even like an LFG. I could have done an LFG, like I was the right item level, but I've just never done it. So
I've done
like,
a raid. I've never beaten a raid in WoW.
Dude,
when I used to
definitely
raid,
wanna
I was a
do
kid,
more.
and my mom would like monitor my time or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
So it just never really worked out.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to do that too.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Parents just don't
yeah.
understand.
They don't.
Darian, what games do your parents not understand about?
Oh man. You know what's funny is the first game on my list is Vampire, and I don't think my mom would understand that game at all.
There we go.
All right. Well, I played a bit of Vampire before I went on vacation. And then to vacation, I played a little bit of Sonic Mania before
Why?
David took my Switch away and played Mario Kart 8.
Probably because of Adam. Is
Yeah.
my guess.
Yeah, he
Did he
reminded me
mention
I
it a
was
bunch
there.
last week or last
No,
episode?
he only mentioned it like once.
Well, he
That's surprising. Self-control.
he asked Darian if she played it, and she had said no. So Adam was planning to heckle me about it because I played it and was like, I don't like Sonic Mania, and yeah, Alex,
I only got to play a little bit. I really wanted it, so I finally got it because I was like, oh, I'm going to be on a long plane ride. Perfect. And
Yeah.
then my Switch got taken away from me. So I didn't get to play very much.
Why did your Switch get taken away from you?
Because David got bored with playing Pokemon Blue on his Game Boy. So
Love how you
he
say
played...
Pokemon. It's great. Every single time, Pokemon. Every single time, it's great.
That's how you say it.
I know.
Pokemon.
It's how you're technically supposed to be. Yeah, but most people say Pokemon.
All right, Pokemon.
It's
So
great.
he wanted to play Mario Kart 8, and then we were gonna try to play it together, but you can't do that with wireless controllers. So I just had to watch him play it, and then I got to play a couple races. But
Yeah, you put in airplane mode.
yeah, I was like, oh duh, god damn it.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure this whole airplane mode thing's BS, but whatever.
I think we've evolved past it at this point, but
Yeah.
that's fine. Do whatever you want to do.
They just want you to
we-
pay for their Wi-Fi.
Most of the planes I take don't even offer Wi-Fi.
There
Oh, that stinks.
have been planes I've been on that have like, we have Wi-Fi, but whenever I try and connect to it, it doesn't work. So
And it's always after you pay for it. And you're like, I paid for this. And they're like, we'll work on it. It's like, okay, well, I paid.
Oh, yikes.
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
Played a tiny bit of PUBG last 2 weeks ago. Took
Anything,
a week off to
Anything-
go play
anything exciting happening over there? In the
in
PUBGs?
PUBG.
Yeah.
No,
Did they add in building yet? Or?
no. They're not gonna do that. That's
Head
dumb.
in building.
That's a waste of a battle royale, all right? That's not how you battle
Monk
royale.
ass.
Hey, when all the good battle royales go down that bad building route, you know, get into that dark stuff.
I purchased We Happy Few, and I will be playing it after this, and I'm very excited about it.
Nice.
You put in the outline, "We happy few," no angry emoji after podcast, smiley face.
It's true.
Teddy Chinaris, what about you?
Oh man, I have been playing a bunch of video games like usual. I haven't been on in like a month, so I'm probably gonna miss something. But let's see. I played the new Destiny 2 event, Solstice of Heroes, which is actually really, really good, and I'm very happy about how good it is. And I wish I had more time to actually play it. Because I think it ends on like August 28th or something. I have like basically 2 weeks, and I'm not gonna get everything done. Detroit Become Human. I'm actually starting and playing now. I'm probably like over halfway through if I were guessing. I played it like 2 or 3 nights on stream.
Who's your favorite android so far?
So far, probably Marcus. Probably Marcus. I don't know. It's either Marcus or Connor right now. Kara's cool, but like, she's got more stuff to do. Yeah. But I had been wanting to play it. I bought it, but like as most people, if you've been watching this podcast or listening to this podcast for more than like a month, or if you've heard one episode I was on, you know that I don't beat video games almost ever anymore. But I have a tier on my Patreon, so like if somebody donates at that tier for a month, then they can like make me play and beat whatever game that month. And somebody did that with Detroit, so I'm like, okay, August, I'm gonna beat Detroit. Somebody did that again for September.
To motivate you to do that.
Yeah, somebody did that again for September and is gonna make me play a scary game. So I'm not happy about that, but it at least lets me get Spider-Man. So it's all worth it in the end. It's all worth it in the end.
Is that limited, one per month?
It's not limited. Like, I didn't expect anyone to do it at all. But like at a certain point, I would do 2 a month. But at a certain point, like I would assess. Like if somebody did 2 and then told me a really long game or something, I'd be like, okay, we're shutting this off for this month. No more.
Yeah.
Okay.
But,
people,
it's
we need
kind
to
of
get
up
at
to
least
whatever
10
I can
people
handle.
or 10.
It's a high tier.
But I just want to see you like have to play like beat 10
Witcher
games
3, Persona 5.
a month.
I literally put in the thing, I was like, I'll beat whatever game you want me to do, unless it's something like The Witcher 3, which is like a multiple 100-hour RPG, because I can't do that. But yeah, so playing Detroit, gonna beat it before the end of August. I played a bit of the Black Ops 4 beta. Let me tell you, boys, and girl, very excited, very excited about it. It has some issues that it needs to iron out, but thank goodness it's literally a beta right now in August when the game comes out in October. So like, I'm pretty happy about it. And like the core gameplay itself is actually really solid. The longer time to kill, which I was worried about, is really satisfying and exciting. So I don't know. It's so nice to see like the Call of Duty community, like people I followed in high school who are like COD YouTubers who are still around, like all back in groups together, like excited for a Call of Duty. It's awesome. Can't wait to play that. I don't know if I said this last time, but I finally beat Assassin's Creed Origins, so I did beat a game. That's exciting. Let's see here. The story of Origins, fun fact, not as good as everyone says. Kind of bad. Just saying.
That intro.
Oh shit.
The intro's really rough.
My
too.
intro's glitched out too, so I didn't play the game. I tried doing the intro and it made me start over, and I was like, nope.
Yeah,
I hate when games do that.
The gameplay itself of Origins is awesome. It's like one of the best Assassin's Creed games when it comes to pure gameplay. But like the story, people in reviews and whatnot were all like, oh man, the story for Origins is awesome. It's like super good. It's not. Like, I don't know where people got that. It's super confusing and like I don't know, but yeah, I beat that. I've been playing Fortnite on and off like usual. I got and played Overcooked 2 this last weekend. When my girlfriend was here, she bought it for me, even though I tried to not let her do that. And we played Overcooked 2, and it was awesome. And that game is very, very good. And it was like the game I was most excited for this year, because Overcooked, the first Overcooked's amazing. I think we have a question from Darian.
Go ahead, Darian.
Teddy, when did you get a girlfriend?
It's not that new of a development.
We have not been informed about this until now.
Well, technically, we've been dating for like 2 months.
What?
So. Well, for like the first month, we didn't really say anything. And to be fair, I haven't been on the podcast this last month. So
Because
I guess that makes sense.
He's been too busy smooching to be coming on podcasts.
No, she was here last weekend, not on Monday. But no, it's a thing. I've talked about it. I've missed like multiple weekends of streaming because she was visiting. It's a thing. There's a tweet about it.
Love.
Aww.
Alex, this is one invite. Love.
Just sums it up.
Anyways, yeah, it's really good though. I wanted to play a bunch of Overcooked 2, and I am gonna platinum that game. I swear on me life. Me life. And then played a bit of World of Warcraft. Not too much pre-launch stuff. I played literally like 30 minutes before this because now I'm actually into it and I want to play with everybody. I want to play like dungeons and mythic dungeons and raids and actually like be into the relevant content and whatnot. So hopefully I can do that. I'm excited about it. There's so many games I'm excited about this fall, and like even like right now, like Destiny 2 right now. I want to play more Overcooked, World of Warcraft. I would love to play Dead Cells, and I have to beat Detroit on stream. Why are video games so fun? That's all I have to say.
Is that it?
Yep.
Okay, I actually played some video games. Last time I came on,
Wow.
it was like nothing, not a damn thing. But this time, I've been continuing my streak of playing God of War through Redbox. I don't know how long this thing's going, but currently, if you can rent a game from Redbox for a day for completely free. If you do it on their website.
That's awesome.
Yeah, you just go click reserve it, and then it says $3, and it just takes away the $3, and you just go pick it up for free. I played through a chapter. I'm at the part where like you're like, oh, I'm about to beat the game, and then they come and go like, no, actually, you need to go to a completely different place. You have a whole nother thing you got to do.
Yep.
So I feel like this game does that a lot. That it's like, oh, you're almost there, and then it's like, fuck you, you're not even close. But I'm not.
Are you at a part? Are you like at a higher elevation?
I reached the top of a location, the first.
Okay. Yeah.
Locate. I reached the summit.
Okay.
How far in would you say I am? Like percentage.
25.
Oh, okay. That's interesting.
30.
So we'll see. We'll see how like maybe by 2019 I'll get that thing wrapped up, which is gonna be really hard with the wave of games coming even next month.
How do you feel about where you're at right now? Because I feel like God of War, at least to me, the first 25% of the game is incredible. I think I have some issues with the back half, but I think just everything you see, like it's just a steady stream of like new stuff and like weird looking stuff. I think it's super cool.
Oh yeah, it's very cool. I like some of the aspects of it being they want you to backtrack is a little annoying, that they kind of gate you with this stuff and you have to come back later. But like all the more powers I get, the fights have been just getting more exciting. The freaking the last boss battle I did with the enemy with the huge ass health bar was just a pain in the ass. I was just like just dodging constantly. I must have died like 5 or 6 times, but yeah.
I wish you could be more specific on that boss.
It's a very big lizard.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Electric.
You upset me, Bryce. You upset me.
I had a lot of trouble.
That is maybe my favorite boss fight in like any game, dude. That fight's so good. Oh my god, and it just gets better as it goes.
I like the part on the elevator. That felt interesting, especially the like cinematic portion. But once when I was on the ground, it felt like I was
didn't
just
like the
constantly
elevator part at all.
dodging, and I.
Well,
and
yeah, you are.
Well, yeah,
but you're dodging different attacks. Like they vary it.
Well, yeah, his attacks came so quick that I couldn't really pull up my shield or react quick enough that I just kept taking hits pretty much every time.
Oh well, get good.
Apparently, which that's probably gonna be the topic of the show next time. But
how to get good?
Yeah, well, basically the fact that people feel like you need to be good at video games.
Depends on the game.
But I also have been playing a little bit of Ingress. That game, like, If I am level 6, I think the current cap is 16. It used to be 8 when I was in playing, but it's 16 right now. And Ingress Prime comes out October, which I think is like a soft relaunch for the game. I imagine everybody's going to start back at 0. The Ingress anime is going to launch on Netflix at the same time, and from my understanding, it's basically going to be the same game, but they're kind of going to make it prettier and easier to use. But I've been just kind of messing around, and there's a big Ingress event happening October 20th, and I would love to. It's happening in Minneapolis and a bunch of other cities, and I would love to be able to do that. I don't know if it's going to be using the old Ingress app or Ingress Prime. There's a lot of questions going on with that, but yeah, I've just been fucking around with Ingress. Right now, my town is controlled by the other team, so I got to get good, as the kids say, and be able to
Get good. GITGUD.
But yeah, like I tried to take down a portal by myself, and I did nothing compared to being level 6. I cannot do any significant damage, which kind of sucks. So hopefully that's going to be something addressed in Ingress Prime, is going to make it easier for somebody to play solo.
All those words meant so many things to me.
I tried typing in Ingress into Google so I could follow along and picture it. And then it just brought up a map of England. I don't know if people can see that. I was like, I don't know where it, I don't know what happened. I don't know what
Are you
Google's
familiar
thinking.
with what Ingress is?
No.
Okay, well,
No one is.
You know Pokemon Go.
Yes.
Okay, so Niantic, the company who made Pokemon Go, they were originally a subsidiary.
Pokemon Go.
Google, right?
Oh God!
Is your Alexa telling you about Pokemon Go?
Apparently, my phone was listening and thought I was talking to
Alexa,
it.
let's play Skyrim.
No, it cannot hear you.
Oh no.
Anyway, they made.
Oh my God, my Kindle just.
Oh, hold on. Oh, God. Now we get to learn what all devices are listening to people in their homes. Okay, so Niantic used to be a subsidiary of Google. And they basically made games. And I think Ingress was kind of a way for Google to collect map data in a game form. And they made Ingress. And it's basically like... So all the Pokestops and gyms in Pokemon Go are portals in the game Ingress, and it's all about like capturing them and stuff. There's no like monsters around to collect or anything. It's all about interacting with those locations, and you can capture them by placing resonators and link them together, and basically kind of like. The bragging rights comes from linking huge portals
Chains.
together. You can make triangles.
Sounds like Ticket to Ride, but life.
Sure.
Yeah.
But life.
Yeah, and what's really cool about Ingress, like the gameplay is so or whatever, but what's really cool is that there's a story going on throughout Ingress, and like there's Resistance and Enlightened, the team who were like, oh, aliens, they're dope. Let's let them help us become awesome. And then there's the Resistance who are like, I don't know about these aliens. They seem scary. But they'll have big events throughout the year, and they'll have like goals of like, whoever can hold this portal for the longest during this 5-hour period will score a point, and they'll have like 6 events across the world. And at the end, whichever team wins, like the story will progress down their way. Like their character will do the thing. So by playing this game, it affects the story, and I think that's really cool. It's basically
That is cool.
Yeah, it's basically a story that like the players are having a hand in creating. And what's cool is I follow Ingress on Twitter, and I saw that they had like a character from the game, like from the story, like their at the event, and there was this guy telling him like, "Oh, I think my cat can like smell XM energy." This guy was telling a character from the game about his cat, and the guy was just playing along of like, maybe I will see about having your cat in my laboratory. And it was like so goofy and weird. But
That's awesome.
Yeah, there's a lot of really cool things about Ingress, but we don't need to get into it right now. I also got No Man's Sky because of the big update. I've just been poking around with it. I think I'm glad I got in now because I like the third person camera more than the first person, which did get added in with the new update. But that game is, I don't know, that game gives me like a Minecraft feel. It kind of feels like Minecraft in space. I need to get further in, but that's kind
of what it's supposed to be now.
Yeah, so that might be dope. But I need to get further in, and I want to play multiplayer with some people, so we'll see how that goes. But let's get into the news. We have two stories related to each other a little bit. First one, Fortnite will be ditching Android's Google Play Store.
What a bad idea.
Yikes.
What a bad idea, dude.
Yikes.
I mean,
Did they give reasoning in this article? Because I've seen this. I even downloaded it. It's there's a beta. But now when I go to open it, it's like, there's an update. If it's not updating, then it'll be out shortly. So I can't play it. So I'm confused about that. But, like, did they give a reason here?
The reason they are not going through Google Play is because Google Play takes a cut of the money. And
Doesn't Apple do that too?
Yeah. So
Don't they do it more? That's what I've heard.
I don't know. Maybe they just thought it would be easier to do it on Google Play to launch separately, because it's probably easier to put a separate app on an Android device than it is on an Apple.
Yeah, the Apple you can only download through the App Store. I can't download apps from anything or anywhere but the App Store.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess there was another option. That's why they did it. Whereas before on iOS, there isn't another one.
They said the 30% store tax is a high cost in a world where game developers 70% must cover all of the costs of developing, operating, and supporting their games.
Yeah, it's kind of bullshit because they get it from that's not your only platform. Like, sure, 70% would be, like, that would be rough if you were only releasing on that one.
Yeah.
I feel like, okay, we know that Epic Games has a big dick because they flaunt it around with all the money they throw at things. This seems really money grabby and super shitty.
I mean, would anybody be able to do this if they weren't Fortnite? I think that they're like using this as an excuse to kind of play it up. Like they are pushing around their dick. They've been throwing it
Hey, everybody, look how big our dick is! Epic Games.
They've thrown it at Sony to try and get them to open up crossplay. They're throwing it at Google to, I guess, they're opening up their own store.
Can we not with the analogy of them throwing their dick at people? Can we just like not
around
with that?
What do you want to call it?
I don't really have a better one, but let's just not with that one.
I don't know. I think it's all encompassing. I think it's working.
Okay, but yeah, they know they're hot shit and they're playing it up.
Sure.
So
yeah,
I mean, I guess once they've got people on their launcher, that's only going to make it easier for them to push other Epic games. But honestly,
and updates.
Yeah, well, yeah, but I think it's a pain in the ass for the gamer to have to install something else on their system. And to do that,
They'll do it for Fortnite, though.
Yeah. And speaking of separate launchers, Fallout 76 will not be launching on Steam. They are also going to go through their own launcher, at least at launch, to be able to play Fallout 76. Apparently, they also did this for the Fallout Shelter version on PC, which that was a small enough game that I don't think anybody noticed.
Yeah, no.
Like, I did not know it came to a PC till I saw it pop up on Steam. But they were probably just like testing the waters with it. But yeah, this seems to be them just going like, no, So it says, in this particular case, and it's an online game, and we felt like when it comes to PC, being able to directly serve our customers and having that one-to-one relationship is hugely important and key to us being able to do the best game possible. I mean, that kind of confuses me. Does being on Steam, being on these other things, like, prevent you from doing anything? Like,
when you're on Steam, you have to have Steam has to approve your patches, so it takes longer. But the same thing happens on PlayStation and on Xbox. So this makes, I mean, it makes sense on PC because that means you can get instant updates, but it's not going to make a difference for the consoles. So I don't understand why they don't just put it on Steam. I won't be getting it because it's not on Steam because I'm sick of downloading third-party launchers. So fuck this game, I guess.
yeah,
Damn.
I've already got
That's a little,
I
extreme for not downloading a launcher.
Look,
It's just one extra thing.
Do you have any idea like how many game
do.
launchers I have to have nowadays? Like, I'm
Yeah.
not gonna keep adding more on. It's not worth
like,
it.
not a
That's
big deal.
extra space. Like, it's just not worth it to me.
Yeah.
Steam is great. I have Battle.net, and that's it. I'm not getting anymore. I'm sick of updating the launchers so that I can update the games. That is just, it's really just like, it slows down your system. It's just so much work. It's not worth it.
I mean, I think the reason that PC gaming like took off was because Steam. They made it easy, one place shop for people to
Yeah, it was
get
very
their games.
streamlined.
And now everybody wants to make their own thing, and it's kind of making it harder to be a PC gamer.
And I'm curious how this affects the modding community because Steam makes that super easy, like the Steam Workshop. I'm not a PC player for the most part. I play PUBG. That's about it.
And WoW.
But, and WoW. WoW's just out. I feel like WoW is just like, I think of it as like Windows 98. I don't know.
Yeah, basically.
I don't consider
I was
it like
just doing the Siege of
PC
Lordaeron and I
gaming.
was running at like 20 frames. And I have a really good computer.
Dang.
So I'm worried about that. But
No, actually, there's an update I think that messed with some of that stuff. Hopefully that gets fixed. But
Yeah, I gotta get the latest XP patch or else.
actually, while we were recording, Battle.net started updating WoW, so maybe that'll fix it.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm curious how it affects like that whole community, like the modding community. I don't know.
Yeah, because that's another mess. Like, Bethesda's not quite as friendly with mods because if you got Skyrim Special Edition on Steam, you couldn't use Steam Workshop. You had to use Bethesda's mod
Oh, I
thing,
forgot
and
about
their
that.
mod thing sucks so bad. I refunded the game because I was like, the better graphics are not worth the fact that I can't find the mods that I want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then if you got it on consoles and you did mods, you couldn't get achievements or trophies, which
Oh, yeah.
it just infuriates me. But
So dumb.
yeah,
I mean, that makes a whole lot of sense.
it makes no sense, Teddy Chinaris. I'm very passionate about this.
If you can just
You-
download
you've-
a mod
you've
that
said
gives
my
you all
trigger
the
word.
things you need, then like, you know,
Like I get
that's
it.
not
Like
the
you
kind
don't
of mods
want
that
you
I'm
don't want
using.
people like
yeah,
cheating,
but they exist, you know.
yeah, I don't know.
Not all mods are created equal.
It's true.
I shouldn't be penalized for using any mods just because some mods are
I
bad.
just want the mods that let me date everyone. That's not going to
Yes,
affect anything.
Thank you.
Let
If
me
anything,
date
it's
the
gonna make it
dragons.
harder. But no, I mean they don't want to put it on Steam because it's just like we were saying with Fortnite. I'm sure Steam takes a percentage, so like I don't know, it's just the same. They think they can, so they will.
Yeah, they'll
Nothing wrong with
and it's probably going to be a thing. They're going to launch it on their own thing, and it'll probably come to Steam eventually, just like Fallout Shelter. But they're trying to see how much traction they can get on their own thing. If they don't get the traction, then I'll come over to Steam. If it does, maybe they'll stick around. But
There's a bug in here. I'm gonna kill you guys. Keep going.
okay, we
All
didn't
right.
need to know it, but
That
thank you.
sounds scary.
Less Teddy then. I don't know. When I saw that story today, I was like, well, I guess I'm not getting this game. I just went and uninstalled all excess launchers that were not Steam or Battle.net. I'm not going to download another one just so I can play this game.
Well, there's another piece of Fallout 76 news that might make me end up steering away. Okay, so Fallout 76 is going to have card-based perks. Basically, you're going to have your normal special stats, strength, perception, endurance, charisma, intelligence, agility, and luck. But also you'll have cards that will stack underneath these stats. Like, for example, there's the Gladiator one, which your one-handed melee weapons will do 10% more damage. So there's like kind of additional perks that come in the form of cards. You'll be getting a random early on in the game. Fallout 76 will drop new pack of perk cards every 2 levels. Later, they'll drop every 5 levels. Each pack will contain 4 random cards, as well as a stick of gum that players can chew to stave off hunger.
Oh no! Wait! Like appetite suppressing gum? Is that what I'm?
I think it's just like I'm hungry.
This?
I'm gonna chew some gum.
Oh, that's
okay. Well, so I guess having these additional perks is fine on their own, but the fact that it comes in a card form makes me really curious if they're going to try and sell these to you, especially random cards that come per level. This sounds like a loot box. And even a pay to win loot box because it has like gameplay mechanics attached to it. So do you guys think this is gonna be a loot crate situation that we're gonna be able to buy it?
I bet if it is a loot crate situation that the cards are going to be limited based on your level. Like, I bet lower levels, there's only so many cards with so many stats that you can get. Or like the strength of the stats as well. And that the higher levels you go, the more options you have and like the higher tier of each card are available. That'd be an easy way of balancing it.
Well, I guess I didn't see it, but I wonder if there's a limit to how many cards you can have. It does relate to your level, so I see that much. But I'm not seeing if there's a limit to, because if there was a way to buy them, like, couldn't you just buy a bunch and then just become uber powerful? But they don't say that you can buy them right now. But this seems to be one of those things that like they'll gonna announce it last minute like they like to do. But Alex, one last bit of Fallout 76 news. Can you tell me how they're gonna deal with the bad people of the multiplayer experience?
Yeah, I feel like they're talking about me, if I'm being honest.
How are they going to deal with you, Alex?
And I think in a really good way. I think I know the past 2 stories for Fallout have been kind of, not very great. So I think the quote Todd Howard said was, "We turn assholes into interesting content." And so Fallout 76 online persistent world. And so it says, this is from Polygon. They say, quote, "What that means is a human player who kills another will become a wanted murderer with a bounty on their head. That bounty is going to be paid out of the offending player's cap total and will be commensurate with their level." So essentially, if you kill people excessively, the game isn't going to tell you, but to all the other players in the area, you will have a red badge over your where you're at, your location, and then they can go and kill you, and they get rewarded. Think Wild West wanted posters, reward, that kind of thing. But all of the money that they get paid is out of your pocket, is out of the griefer's pocket. So I think that's super cool. I think it for the people who wanna do PvP, I guess, it's an interesting, twist. There's a lot of risk to it. Because in this kind of world, like there's gonna be people who want to do PvP like me. There's people who just want to do player versus environment, and so like there has to be like this balance or some sort of thing like that. And I feel like this is trying to address that to one, make it harder for people to grief people, and then vice versa, make it easier to get revenge. And if you are a player that was directly griefed, according to this Polygon article and interview, you get like a chance to get revenge, and you get like double the caps, double the money for killing them.
Wow.
So yeah, it seems really interesting. I really like it. And they don't tell you, like they don't tell the player like there's not a known threshold, because I think they're expecting people to kill people. I think there's a different thing where people will actually grief people and just do it over and over. And there's no threshold that we know of. The game just decides, okay, it's been enough, like, and people go and hunt you and you don't know it. So I think that's interesting.
I will say, like, I was like, this seems kind of like a weird concept until I saw that it's coming out of the player's money, because like, I was like, why would the player care if he's killed? He just killed somebody else. He probably doesn't care. But when you're taking away actual like money, then that equals weapons. That takes away from his ability to kill, because he won't have the equipment to be able to get into a fight.
And think about like the multipliers. Like you're playing with tons of people; they're all getting a reward if they kill you. Assuming that there's like some sort of duration. I don't know if it's like you kill a bunch of people, then you get killed once and it resets. I assume it's like a time limit, like for like an hour or 2 hours, like you're marked. I don't know.
Just kill a bunch of people and then turn off the game for the day. No.
See ya. But yeah, that's the Fallout 76 stuff.
I'm super interested in this game. I'm very interested in like how this is all going to turn out.
Me too.
As not a big Fallout person, like, but like kind of interested in these kind of games. Like, I'll be keeping an eye on it. The only thing is that it like revolves a lot around like shooting, which Fallout's never been specifically strong in. So I don't know, but overall the mechanics of it and whatnot seem really cool. If its shooting is really solid, I'll definitely give it a shot.
Yeah, and I feel like they have like studios like in their tool belt, like id. They're part of the Bethesda family. So I feel like I'm hoping at least like that they would have brought them in, especially after the success of Doom, to maybe help out. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. All this Fallout news makes me really excited until I remember it's not coming to Steam, so I'm probably not even gonna ever experience it.
Well,
all you have to do is click a link.
Nope. Too much.
Darian,
it's too much.
It's way more than that, Teddy.
Maybe if Bethesda has their way, you could play over on PlayStation, and we could play on PC.
Well, okay. So Bethesda really stuck it to PlayStation a bit with their new game, The Elder Scrolls Legends. But they said specifically, like, this isn't meant for anybody, but, like, obviously it's for PlayStation. And they said that they won't release Elder Scroll Legends on a console that doesn't allow cross-platform play. And that's because they don't want to have two separate versions of their online game. They don't want to have the Legends where you can take your progress with you, and another where you can where you stay within that ecosystem, or it's walled off from everything else. From Pete Hines said that. So they're basically like letting players and Sony know, like, if cross-platform play does not come to the PlayStation, this game is not coming to the PlayStation. Which is pretty intense because, I mean, Elder Scrolls is a big title, and this online game, not Legends, but
how am I supposed to play VR while other people are in the office on their phones?
That sounds awful.
Well,
are we thinking of the same game?
We're probably
Legends
not.
is the card game.
Oh, well, I mean, they had that other one that had...
I can't remember the mobile one. Elder Scrolls, what's that one called?
That they were pushing the crossplay on that one about like you can play it wherever.
Yeah, literally like on tablets, phones, consoles, PC,
VR, everything.
I can't remember the name of that one. That one's super interesting though. No, I mean crossplay, we've had a lot of different developers be like, this is a big deal, like trying to push back against Sony on it and be like, come on guys. But like no one has yet to be like, our game is not coming unless you do this. Like this is the first example of that, which I think is really interesting.
Oh no, the game is coming. It's just not coming to PlayStation.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's not coming unless we do that. Yeah, to PlayStation. So, like, no one has threatened to not go to that platform yet. This is the first time where they're like, we're just not going to do it. Like, it's super interesting. I don't think it's going to affect anything, really. But I think I think eventually all of this is going to, like, it has to affect it.
Yeah,
like, I think it's a step in the right direction.
Yeah, I think each one of these things is one crack in the wall, and eventually Sony's gonna crumble.
Real. Yeah, they have to.
Yeah, as long as people keep hammering on them, they've got to crack eventually. Yeah, and we know it's easy for like Fortnite's accidentally turned it on, so it's not like it's something like Sony changing names where they have to like figure out how to make it work. It's easy.
Yeah, it's definitely a thing people can do.
Yeah, Sony just
and have done.
Well, maybe you just want to quit video games altogether and just want to go play with your Nerf toys. What are you gonna do then, Teddy Chinaris?
You're gonna play with the new Overwatch Diva Blaster. That's what you're gonna do. It is a Nerf pistol that's exactly like her little, when you get ejected out of mech, the little mini Diva pistol has like the keychain on the bottom. It's adorable, and I want it really badly. Then they also have a Reaper shotgun. I don't know if the Reaper shotgun, is that one like out already?
Yeah,
the
I
other one.
So. Yes.
Okay, cool. The other one is coming out, the Diva pistol, which I want really badly. So that's exciting. You know what else is exciting, ladies and gentlemen? The fact that Destiny 2 is back, baby. It's coming back. It's very exciting. It's not, though, like because a lot of my friends are gone and they're never coming back.
You've said Destiny is coming back. Like, I feel like the last time we podcasted together, you said that. And then it wasn't
every
back.
Time
no, dude, the last time when we podcasted, it was about Warmind. And I was very optimistic because it was like the first 3 days after it came out. And I was like, yeah, it's looking good. It's got some issues. And then like 2 weeks later, I'm like, oh no. But it's a vicious cycle. I shouldn't be this excited. I shouldn't be this hopeful. But again, they're saying everything they need to say. Like we've been through this before, so I shouldn't be like
same old song and dance.
Yeah,
Teddy
is
in an abusive relationship with Bungie.
It really is. But like it looks like everything we want. It looks like everything I've wanted for a long time. The collection system looks awesome. I actually played, I talked about this before, but I played Gambit at Guardian Con, the big new mode, and it's so cool. Like, Gambit is so much fun. So I am very excited. But we're not going to just talk about it overall. We're going to talk about a couple things that they talked about this last couple of weeks. So in this week at Bungie, the TWAB, as you call it, the investment team came on and gave, like, what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bullet points. That is under the banner that says how to become legend in year 2. And it's all extremely, extremely promising. As somebody who has played Destiny for a long time, it's what me and a lot of the community wants. It says, here are our high-level goals for progression and economy in Season 4, which is when Forsaken launches. That'll be Season 4. We want to bring back the days when you are impressed when you see someone at max power in the tower, which is really awesome, because right now max power is pretty easy to obtain, whereas back in the day I played every like end game piece of content every single week until I was locked out for months and months and months, and I was not max level. Like it took a lot. Like and now you can get there in like a month or two. The next bullet point says the experience of leveling and then powering up should be meaningful, which is good. Players should have a sense of discovery when earning rewards from different activities. When players accomplish something difficult, the rewards should be special or unique, which is something that Destiny 1 did that Destiny 2 has been slowly lacking on. Not all of the sources of power in a week should be apparent on the director, which is really cool, because the director would show, when you hold L2, it'll show your milestones, which are like the big things you need to do that week, which is good. And like for somebody like me, I kind of liked how it's very much like a checklist type of feel, but there's also a lack of like discovery. Like you feel basically in year 2 they're gonna put things that are what is it? They talk about it here. They're gonna put some of the more weekly like standard stuff on the map instead of on the director. Like there'll be a little icon on Mercury where the flashpoint is and stuff like that. So it doesn't feel as like checklisty, which I like. So all of this is really good. They go into more detail about a lot of this, but I'm very excited. Basically, it's going to be harder to level. Rewards are going to be meaningful, which is awesome. And yeah, very excited about all that. And then they had a stream. They had the combat reveal stream where they went over a bunch of different things. I did not actually watch it, but I found, because I was at work and I didn't really have the time, but I found an article that did a recap, so let me just skim through here. And also, I've seen a bunch of stuff on it throughout the week. Basically, they showed off the new mod system, which mods 2.0, which mods previously were like, you could change the element of a weapon, so like arc, void, or solar, and if it's legendary, it adds like +5 damage, which is nice, but like there really wasn't too much for mods other than that. And now mods 2.0 is big things. Like there's stuff like Icarus, which increases your in-air accuracy. I think there's like Dragonfly, which is like when you kill something with a precision hit, it explodes and kills things nearby. Like they're going to be a lot more meaningful. Like there's going to be mods that up your extended mags, stuff like that. So mods are going to be
cool.
A lot more meaningful, which is good, because like that's what that system should have been in the first place. What else? Other than that, they hand cannons are going to 3-tap again, which people are very excited about, because the time to kill is longer than what a lot of people would like in comparison to Destiny 1. They went over the reworked ammo and the slot changes as to where the guns will go, which is a little bit confusing as of now, so I'm not even going to try and fully explain it. But basically, you can run 3 shotguns now, you can run all sorts of crazy stuff, and hopefully the ammo will not be a problem, because right now the ammo is a problem. But yeah, it looks like we're back on the right track of you can play Destiny 2 style, and you can play Destiny 1 style when it comes to how the weapons work. And that's the main thing. Also, they talked about random rolls again. Masterworks are not just a thing where you upgrade. Masterworks you can level. So there's like different levels of Masterworks. I don't fully know how that works yet, but I'm very excited. Basically, your gun is gonna have a lot more investment like it did in Destiny 1.
So which expansion are we on right now?
Technically,
Because I played the heck out of vanilla Destiny 2.
Yeah, technically, this is expansion 1, but we've had DLC 1 and DLC 2.
Okay.
So, but technically expansion 3 in that case. But yeah, they
Party wants to get back into it.
Yeah, to get back into it though, they recently released a thing that is now a bundle. So like it comes with Forsaken and the previous 2 that you need. Whereas before that was going to be a lot more expensive, but they recently did that, so that's going to be good. Very, very excited about Forsaken. We didn't even talk about this because I wasn't here, but recently they did a thing while I was gone. I still haven't gotten this weapon where like on... Oh, man, what is it? Is it IO? I haven't done it, so I don't know as much about it. But like, there's an anomaly that like shows up. You kill a boss, and it takes you to like this jumping puzzle room with like this really long jumping puzzle. It's really hard. It's basically how you used to get Black Spindle in the first Destiny, where it's this really, really tough mission, and at the end of it, you get one of the best weapons in the game, basically, and it's Black Spindle again, and it looks awesome. But you have to be really high light, and like stuff like that, like secrets that are difficult that give you unique and special rewards. That's what we've been missing. So I'm very optimistic. And yeah, that's it for the Destiny news, everybody. Darian and Bryce have been laughing at me, but I don't know why.
Well, there's
I'm
things
messing
going
with
on with
the-
the outline document. I'm very confused. Darian, if I wanted to purchase Destiny 2, if I was getting all excited about this exciting Destiny 2 news, is there a place where I might be able to buy video games in the
Uh,
future?
not for Destiny 2 specifically,
Yeah, 'cause
because
that's
that
all about
one's
video
attached
games.
to
What if
Battle.net. Yeah.
What if this conversation got me excited for video games? The concept
In
of
general.
yeah.
Hey, there's a
Concept of video games.
new game shop you can go buy games for online. It's coming. It's through Discord. It's for as far as I'm understanding, you have to be a part of the subscription. No, okay. So the store you can use, but if you are subscribed to Discord Nitro, which it gives you like better audio and lets you use custom emotes and stuff like that, you will get free games, kind of similar to how Amazon Prime does with Twitch now, Twitch Prime.
Yeah, Twitch Prime.
And so you'll have those. You'll be able to launch them through Discord. But you'll also have a new platform to buy games on. Discord has emphasized that they don't want every game on there. They specifically want the community to come together and curate the games that are available on Discord based on what people want to see, what people want to buy, which I think is really cool. Yeah, so personalized store based on your own interests and what you have bought, what you want, things like that. And free games for Nitro users, which is also another incentive to get, another paid subscription. There's not enough of those in the world.
I love those.
This definitely seems like what the end goal for the games tab on the Discord was. Because they added that recently, and now with them saying, "Oh, we're selling games," like, oh, like that tab's fine on its own. It kind of shows people what games their friends are playing.
It's really cool. I
news,
like
but-
it a lot more than I thought I would. Like there's article, like if somebody's playing Destiny 2, right below it will be the This Week in Bungie, and it's like, oh, would you look at that? Like it's a lot more useful than I thought it would be.
And probably soon is like if someone's going to be playing Darksiders War Mastered Edition, they'll probably have like a buy now thing next to it, because
Oh my god, I think I might still get Fallout 76 because I've never explored my Discord outside of the servers that I'm in. But in this activity thing, there's this quick launcher, which I'm sure isn't that new. I know I've seen it before, but I've always ignored it.
Yeah.
But I can launch
where
games
you can just
out
launch
of
whatever. Yeah.
multiple different launchers.
There are programs
no.
where you can. There are programs too where you can just put like a bunch of games into one launcher.
I'm
from
not going to
different
get another
things.
program. I already have Discord. It's fine. Teddy, this is the problem.
I mean, you would still have to download the launcher to download the program, but they would.
That's
at least,
fine. I don't have to open the launcher to open the program.
Yeah. So
That takes out one step.
at least
I
make it
still
easier.
actually am probably not going to get it because I'm more worried about the space and the fact that my computer takes like 45 seconds to start now, and that makes me very sad.
Well, you know what made some people sad? Ninja telling people why he's not gonna play with female gamers. Teddy, can you tell me about that?
Yes, it's a quote that a lot of people seem to take out of context and a lot of people have opinions on. He said, let me see here. Who's he talking to? Basically, this quote is on an article on Polygon written by Allegra Frank, and it said the article starts off with, "I don't play with female gamers," says Tyler. Quote Ninja Blevins. Let's see. The actual quote is, "If I have one conversation with one female streamer where we're playing with one another, and even if there's a hint of flirting, that is going to be taken and going to be put on every single video and be clickbait forever." So that's basically what he did this weekend. That is an article that came up. And I read I was like hanging out at my apartment and I was like a little busy and I was like, man, there's a lot of ninja stuff going on. I wonder what this all drama's about. I'll read this later. And then later I read the article and I was like, that's it? Oh, okay, interesting. Because like I get a lot of people, the big controversy is that a lot of people think that like it's even if that is what you're doing, you shouldn't really say it. Like, it's a bad example, and I get that, but like, I don't really necessarily see anything wrong with this. He's trying to prevent his wife having to deal with any like harassment. Like, that's what it is. I don't know. What do you guys think about it?
Okay, so I mean, it's basically a lot of female streamers have come out and been like, you're basically, by not streaming with us, where you're basically, you know, preventing our names from getting out there. You're basically making it, you know, guys versus girls in the streaming community. And then
Which is not what he's doing.
There's the other conversation of people should be able to stream with whoever they want, you know. But I think the best conversation, or the best take on it I saw, was he shouldn't have explained that's the reason. He should have just kept his mouth shut. Because like he's
opened the floodgates.
Yeah, he's allowed to say, he's allowed to play with whoever he wants. I don't think anybody's going to be like, no, you have to play with female streamers or anything. But by saying this is the reason, he's basically, whenever a male streamer plays with a female streamer, people are going to kind of have that thought process. Like, he's basically saying that, like, oh, if two people are playing with each other, these rumors are going to happen, instead of, hey, you can just have friends. He can totally play with whoever he wants, but by saying that's the reason, he's kind of made women to only be non-friend people. He's basically saying the only reason I would interact with a woman is in a sexual or in a relationship way, or at least that's how it would be perceived. And
which is realistic.
Well, how
that would be perceived.
Which is fine, but making that the conversation is not good for female streamers, because then whenever a male and female streamer is together, that conversation is probably going to come up, because basically Ninja created that conversation.
Well, he didn't create the situation. He just put fuel in the fire.
Yeah, he made it big because he is big. Like, by saying this, it's the huge news story right now.
I don't have the context as to like why this was even like, I don't know if this was like an interview or whatever, but it
was at a Samsung event, so I don't know if somebody was just like, hey, how come we never saw you stream with female? Like, it was Polygon who asked him.
It might have been like a casual thing, and he probably wasn't even really thinking about it. Like, if you're in an actual formal interview, you think about your answers to questions a lot more than if you're just like chatting with somebody, you know. Yeah. But like, I get that, but I totally agree
that's why
that
Teddy doesn't play with me. I'm just kidding.
Because I don't play League of Legends. That's why.
I don't play League of Legends. The fuck?
What? You don't play League of Legends?
I didn't play League of Legends at all the last 2 weeks. Not once. I opened it to see if I wanted to buy a skin, and then I didn't. So I closed the game.
So Darian didn't play any video games a lot? No.
That's what I'm hearing.
Darian plays other video games in between League of Legends matches, is the way I understand
Basically.
her.
Yeah. But no, it's like, I get that. I think the main thing is just that, like, if he hadn't have talked about this at all, it's cool. There's nothing wrong with him bringing up the reason. Like, if somebody was like, I don't know, if he had to answer this, I think that's a very solid reason. But like, overall, I don't think he should have really answered this, because it does, like, you know, bring it up and
he's
make
like
it kind of a
the
big
voice
thing.
of Twitch right now. And
Yeah.
so he kind of has some responsibility on what he speaks on and what he doesn't and how he does so. He did release an update like 2 hours ago.
Yeah.
Essentially just saying,
I can read it. He
Yeah, go for
says, I wanted to take a moment to address the discussion around the article that came out over the weekend. While I understand some people have implied my views mean I have something against playing with women, I want to make clear the issue I'm addressing is online harassment and my attempt to minimize it from our life. It is something that affects all streamers, especially ones that make their relationship public. I wanted to bring attention to this issue, and my comments should not be characterized as anything beyond that. Having just celebrated my 1-year anniversary, my wife and my family will always be the most important thing to me, and I'm doing my best to protect them. We're fans of all kinds of streamers and gamers, Curvy Llama, Julia TV, and I don't even know, Haley Tessudo, I actually don't know that one, but I know the other two, are a few of our favorites, and we encourage others to check out their channels. I look forward to the opportunity to meet and play with all kinds of Fortnite players in future tournaments and events. Tyler. Overall, I'm pretty with Ninja here. But, like, overall, too, he probably just didn't need to say anything.
Yeah, the way that he framed it was not great, but
I don't know what else he could have said.
Yeah, he could just be like, it's just my choice.
But I feel that's much worse because then people imply shit. I feel like
Well,
it's a good reason, you know?
No one's going to write an article of, we asked him why he didn't play with female gamers, and he's just like, I just don't want to. No, what article is that?
I feel like people would.
I feel like that would be way worse.
I don't think it matters
Much
what he
worse.
says.
Yeah.
He is Ninja, and he's constantly in the spotlight. Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter what he says. It's going to be blown up and framed in whatever way it needs to be framed to get views. Like,
which
that's
is basically
what he
his
is right
point,
now.
You know? Yeah, which is basically his point as to why he doesn't.
Yeah, I definitely saw some people on Twitter's hot takes painting him in a very negative way, and it's just like, I don't think Ninja really, like, him not playing with female gamers is totally his right, and I think, most people will agree with that, but definitely we don't need to be painting women as like, hey, if you're having a conversation with one, it's probably in some sort of like relationship-y capacity, which
and I'm pretty sure, I think he said it in a good way to be like, that's not what it is, but like he knows that people would view it as that. So yeah.
Okay, now for the big one. The one all of the people have come here for.
Oh god. Pretty sure the Ninja one.
Yeah. Alex Van Aken, can you tell me about an indie game that Nintendo is publishing called Smash Bros?
Yeah, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, I think is what it's called.
Sounds interesting.
Tell us all about this.
Yeah, Nintendo published a direct this past week all about Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and we got some new character reveals. We got some there's a long list. There's like 50 things they announced. We're not going to go through all of those, I don't think, but some highlights. Luigi is dead.
Yes.
First of all,
we got a character death right at the beginning. One character down.
Goodness. Except unless you want to believe Nintendo, who tweeted like the day later, Luigi is okay or something like that. They're just like, he's okay. Like, I don't know if I believe that.
I saw his ghost.
Yeah.
I don't think he's okay.
His ghost
His body
tried
fell
to get
down.
His ghost tried to get back in the body, but that, I don't know, the moon came out and was like, nope.
You're a ghost forever.
Yep.
But yeah, so we got a reveal of 5 new characters. In regards to Luigi's death, we saw a cinematic that opened up the direct, wherein Luigi was kind of doing his Luigi's Mansion thing, but turns out he was in like the castle from Castlevania. And he gets killed by the Reaper, and then Simon Belmont avenges him, and that's his reveal. And Simon Belmont's looking pretty cool. I'm not a huge Castlevania fan. I just never really played them growing up, but Simon Belmont's super cool. Then we got Simon's Echo Fighter is Richter Belmont. And then we got the other reveals. We got King K. Rool from Donkey Kong Country, which is ridiculous. Awesome. That's so cool.
Oh, his whole moveset looks so cool.
Yeah.
Like he was like deflecting attacks with his belly.
Yeah. Awesome. That's what I do. And then we got Echo Fighters. Crom, who is I believe an Echo Fighter of Ike.
Yeah.
And then we got Dark Samus, which is of course an Echo Fighter of Samus. Dark Samus,
Which is of course an Echo Fighter of Link.
But yeah, what do you guys think about these characters? Dark Samus, like I don't really care about Echo Fighters. I do to an extent.
Yeah.
But the gameplay is pretty much the same. But like the new animations and just aesthetic of Dark Samus, looked very good.
Yeah, it looks really cool.
Yeah.
I've never owned a Smash Brothers, and I've maybe played 3 times.
What?
Yikes!
So I'm
Dang.
excited.
You have a Switch, right, Bryce?
Yeah, I do. So I'm excited
Okay.
for this to be able to get in there.
Goodness.
Because apparently, I mean, this seems to be the game to get in on. I'll be like, let me just play Hey,
All
let
of
me
them.
just play every map, every character. I don't have to go back and play them once. It's all here.
It's a good
Yeah.
start. Yeah.
Speaking oh, sorry, go ahead.
I'm excited about King K. Rool because he looks ridiculous.
His ultimate is awesome.
Yeah. Other
Blowing
than
up DK
that,
Island.
of the other ones that were shown, Simon Belmont looks really cool because like that. I love when they take characters that are very much like from one thing, like Pac-Man or like Mr. Game and Watch or something like that, and it's a very specific look and like animations and stuff like that, and they somehow make it work in Smash. And Simon Belmont looks like the exact same, like the way he does the whip and all that. Like it looks very much like Symphony of the Night, and it looks cool. Very excited. There's so many good games coming out, and I'm very Smash Bros. Ultimate. It's gonna be awesome to have a December game, a big December game.
Besides Kingdom Hearts, come on.
That's January.
Is it January now? I thought it was
It's
December
January.
28th. Oh.
But which worries me about Smash because almost all
End of
December
January.
games usually go to the next year. But we shall see.
I think we'll get it.
I hope so.
Zyger apparently has some corrections. Apparently, he wants to clarify, which I do think you said that the echo of Crom is for Ike. He thought you said Link. And apparently, he says it's called Final Smashes, not Ultimate.
Listen, we live in a post-Overwatch world. They are ultimates.
Everything is ultimate. Hello?
It's literally called.
Which
Final
to me,
move,
it's very
ultimate.
funny.
Most powerful? Ultimate. That's how it works.
I went from League to Destiny to Overwatch. So for a while, I called because of League, I called the Destiny Supers Ultimates. And then for a while, I called the Overwatch Ultimates Supers because of Destiny. So now I gotta go back.
Yeah.
It's the whole
We
thing.
just need to adopt ultimate across the board.
Just ultimate. Yeah, why? Why?
It makes sense, you know?
Why
Also,
so
how are you going to
many
use a final
terms?
smash and then lose?
Please,
you know?
streamline it.
Because it's
Game
the final
devs,
Smash.
please.
Come on.
Help.
But yeah, so there's 103 stages in total,
Which
I
is
think is
ridiculous.
double the amount from any other game. I think they had a whole chart, and then they did the cute thing where the bar graph goes up and smashes through the ceiling and keeps going. But yeah, 103 stages, and those include, you can morph into several different stages. So I could be playing on Hyrule Castle and then morph into Final Destination if I want to, which
so
is
cool.
wild. Super cool. That's probably one of my favorite features from this. But we've got a bunch of new modes. There's like a new tourney system that they've revamped, which looks good. I think it can fit up to like 64 people, maybe. That sounds right.
Nice.
And then you have the option to use your Switch like an iPod and listen to
Yes.
the game songs, which there are over 900 of, that's pretty fun. Like if you like Nintendo music.
Yeah, you create little playlists and stuff and just rock out
Yeah.
to your.
I listen to the Breath of the Wild playlist like all the time, so this
There
would
was
be great.
one like Mega Man song, or I think it was like Pac-Man or something, that was in Smash Bros on 3DS that I really liked the song, and I would just go into the music section and listen to it. So yeah, I'm excited. Used that feature before. Now let me tell you something else I'm excited about.
Wait, hold
Bryce.
on.
No?
Okay. So Smash Brothers, what I find interesting is that they're teasing some big stuff still. Like they've got that whole thing on the menu that is just like blurred out. That is like, what's this? Do you guys have any takes on what you think that is?
People were analyzing the text and saying it says spirit, both in English
Super
and in
Smash
Japanese.
Bros. Battle Royale.
Oh my god.
gosh.
Isn't that the
100
game?
players drop on
Kind
two.
of.
100 play.
Yeah,
If you
kind of
play
is a
on
battle
stock,
royale.
it kind of is the game.
So is there a story? Has there been a story mode in Smash Brothers?
There has been before.
But
Yeah.
not in the past few games. Yes.
Not in the last one.
Okay.
No, not in the last one. I think the Wii had Subspace Emissary, which
Yeah.
everyone loved.
Yeah, I love games with stories, especially fighting games. The Injustice's story was really dope, so I hope they get in a story with Smash Bros, especially with all the characters. You could do some Kingdom Hearts style shit with that.
Just let me know when Master Chief and Nathan Drake are in there
Right?
one day.
Well,
I would die if Master Chief was in Smash one
Oh my
day.
God.
How did Alex die? Well, they had Master Chief in, so
I've already mapped out in DMs all of his moves and what they would be in Smash. It would kind of be like a mixture between Link and Mario, and he would have like his assault rifle as his long range thing. He'd have his sword. Yeah, there's so much. There's so much that you could do.
Master Chief has a sword? Oh,
Energy
yeah,
sword.
Energy sword, yeah.
Yeah.
Alex would die if Master Chief was in Smash. I would die if Cole McGrath was in Smash. Zyger would die if Waluigi was in Smash.
Oh god!
Zyger
Did you
might
guys
die.
see that there was apparently 2 chairs that next to the guy?
Yellow and purple.
Yeah, and everybody's like, "Oh, is he trolling us? Is Waluigi going to be a full character because of these 2 chairs?"
There was an image going around that was like, for all you Waluigi fans, I killed him and turned him into a chair. So,
That's awesome.
Anyway, any other new announcements, Taichinaris?
there's an announcement about a game called Torchlight Frontiers, which is exciting because Torchlight 2 is a game I love a lot. It's one of my most played games on Steam. I got it on like a Steam sale, and it's kind of similar to a Diablo, and it is hella fun. And I've always wanted Torchlight 2 like on PS4, or specifically now on the Switch. And Torchlight Frontiers, we don't know too much about it, but we do know that it is coming to PS4 and Xbox One and PC. It doesn't say Switch yet, but please. But they haven't said too much about it. But I'm going to read these first 2 paragraphs from this article. It says... I just want to point out, by the way, before I read this, one of the reasons why this is super interesting is because Torchlight 2 and 1 were developed by Runic Games, who is now out of business. So that's why this was like, oh... okay, because they shut down like last year. But Patrick Kirk wrote this article on Game Rant that says, the cartoon-style dungeon crawling series Torchlight is being resurrected in the form of Torchlight Frontiers, a continuation of the series which takes place in the same world as Torchlight and Torchlight 2. While the original development studio Runic Games is no more, Extra Studios is helming the development of Torchlight Frontiers. The development of Torchlight Frontiers is being led by former Runic Games and Blizzard North co-founder Max Schaefer. According to the press release from Perfect World, the team consists of many veteran developers that worked on games that redefined the action role-playing genre, like Diablo and the previous installments in the Torchlight series. So it does seem like it is former Runic people, former Diablo people. It's gonna be that type of game, but the announcement trailer is just like a cinematic thing, so we don't really know anything at all about the gameplay, but it's safe to assume it's going to be another one of the Diablo Torchlight like games, and I'm very excited about it. I wish it was on Switch. If it said Switch, I'd be even more excited, but I want to get a platinum in a new Torchlight game because they are very fun. It's like Diablo, but you can have little pets. You can have like a panda, you can have a bird, you can have a wolf, you can have all sorts of fun little pets, and you have an inventory and your pet has an inventory. So when you fill up, you can start sending stuff over to your pet. And when you and your pet fill up on the inventory, you can send your pet to town and he can go sell the stuff for you and come back. He helps you in combat. He's a cool little guy. It's fun.
Teddy loves any game that he can have a pet.
It's true. And if there's fishing, then absolutely. I'm all in.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm excited to hear more about this. You can sign up for a beta now too.
No, that's cool.
Who wants to take the last story?
IGN. There was a big fiasco with IGN. I don't want to talk about it because it's a big controversy, but it's the whole thing. Philip, I don't know how to say his last name. I think it's Mewson.
I think.
Yeah. Philip Mewson, who was hired after Jose Otero left IGN to be the Nintendo guy at IGN, and he helmed NVC, and he wrote reviews and stuff like that. I actually kind of liked his content up until this point. I thought he did a good job on NVC, but it is, I think, what is it? Boomstick Gaming, I think, was the YouTuber who put up a video that was like, IGN plagiarized my review. Here's an example. And it was literally like one screen that was like IGN's review and his review. And he's like, all right, let's play mine. Okay, let's play theirs. Seems kind of similar. Interesting. Well, we'll keep going. And he did that for like 5 minutes and like went through the entire thing where it was almost all just the same thing but rewritten to sound a little bit differently. And then
like that meme. Hey, can I copy your homework?
Yeah.
Yeah, but don't make it look obvious.
Yeah, basically. But there was, and IGN basically was like, I think they took the review down. They were like, we're taking the review down and we're investigating, and then they fired Philip later. And since then, Jason Schreier has literally dug up like 2 other reviews that seem copied from other outlets as well, with examples. So yeah, it's a whole situation. It's pretty shitty. But don't plagiarize, folks. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Yeah, so this was Dead Cells review that he did. Apparently, Musin was originally a YouTuber, and since this came out, people were kind of pointing out that kind of some of his stuff from YouTube seemed a little shady. And now that they've kind of got this context, they're like, maybe he was kind of doing shitty things all along. He just finally got caught for it. Because when you're just a YouTuber, you're probably like, oh, I can get by with this. But once you're at IGN, your chance of getting caught is way higher because you have an audience that, like, if you steal, the chance of someone who you stole from is probably going to see it.
Yeah.
I do want to point out that, like, overall, like, IGN handled this really well. Like, it doesn't reflect a company. Like, they literally were like, oh, interesting, and then, like, investigated it and took the right course of action. So, like, one person does not represent an entire company. Remember that, IGN haters out there, even though you won't be listening to this.
Wow. Does OKBeast do reviews?
Occasionally.
Yes.
It depends.
What is your guys' review process? Because the guy, he came out with his response video and he tried to kind of be like, well, I was just doing my research. And kind of, he's like, I looked at all of the possible things and kind of tried to claim that looking at this other person's work was just part of his research process. So you're probably on the camp of that's probably bullshit.
Yeah, I am. I do think it's bullshit. I get, like, sometimes you want to make sure, like, oh, am I saying, like, the developer's name right? Am I, do I have this right? If I'm referencing the history of the studio, I might want to look into that, right? So I'm factual, but looking up somebody else's review, like, that just is a no-no. Before you put yours out, at least in our opinion. I know we all kind of at OKB share the idea that, our review is your assessment of, like, your personal experience with the game. And if you happen to miss something, if you have a bad take on the game, that's on you. And a lot of times, like, when you get review codes and stuff, like, we don't always get codes for our reviews, but sometimes we do. And I know we got a code for South Park last year, and they sent over, like, a 40-page review guide, and, like, so that you can answer any questions that you have about the game. So, and they also, like, are willing to answer your questions, if it's relevant and they can answer it. So I don't know. It seems like BS to go and say, like, you had to do all this research. Like, that's not what a review is. Like, if you're doing, like, a feature on the game, like, maybe you're talking about more of the history of the game, or just something that does something that's additionally, like, something in addition to just your opinion in your review. I don't know. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at.
I mean, yeah. If he was just the YouTuber, like, you need to write your full content, and then maybe I could see you trying to see if you missed a feature or something, like, hey, maybe there was, if it's like this is a Dark Souls type thing of, like, maybe he never went fast enough and never unlocked those secret doors or something. That could be some kind of content he missed.
Sure.
But he works at IGN. He can have these conversations with his coworker. There's got to be other people. Like, if you have any sort of gamer network, there's got to be somebody else you can talk to who can just be like, hey, like, I've been playing it. I'm doing this review. Like, what's your favorite? Or just try and I guess you probably don't want to be like, what's your favorite thing, but just try and have a conversation, see if you're missing anything. But yeah, if you're watching someone else's review, you fucked up.
Yeah, and I'm not saying I've never done that before. Like, I've certainly, like, back in the day when I was first doing it, like, I was like, oh, is like, I'm not going there and copying people, but I'm like, is my opinion going to be validated by everyone else? Like, there's that fear, right?
Yeah.
But you grow out of that, and you just have to accept that, like, sometimes you think things are good that other people think are bad, and vice versa. But in regards to like the point you made about like, what if he missed like something? In my eyes, like that, if that's on the game or the way the game's designed, if you put in the due diligence and you put in the time, and the game didn't show you something that it should have, I feel like that's on the game. And that conversation can happen afterwards. Like somebody will bring that up, like you said, like, oh, what do you think about this? And it's like, oh, I didn't see that. That's another conversation. Like, why didn't the game show me that? Did I not, play the game to completion? Like all that kind of stuff. And I also don't think like having the answers to all of the secrets of a game is required for a review. Yeah. Like Shadow of the Colossus, up until like a few years ago, people were still finding secrets in that game, and that came out in 2002, something like that, early 2000s. So that's kind of where I'm at on it.
Yeah, it definitely, like, he fucked up, and he's failing to own up on it. But yeah, he's kind of,
he even took the video down, which is wild.
Yeah. He's tainted, I guess, IGN and almost game reviewers, as a whole, with like adding this as conversation into game journalism is not great.
Especially when YouTube has a lot of YouTube has a bias against traditional games media.
Yeah.
This is not
Doesn't
good.
help already.
Yeah, which is kind of funny because it's a YouTuber who did it, who basically came over from there.
From YouTube, but he was still representing traditional media, I feel like.
And I think many people have said, like, there's nothing IGN could have really done to catch this guy's behavior beforehand, but it just kind of sucks. It's good that the person got called out, that Boomstick saw it and called him out. And I even heard that IGN has approached Boomstick to kind of see how they can compensate them for their work, because basically his work was basically on IGN, just reworded. So
yeah.
I guess they're trying to give him some ad money for his work.
He also launched like a Patreon, and I think I saw his what's that face for? Is that in regards to the Patreon?
Teddy.
I'm sorry, you guys all cut out for a bit there. That was very weird.
Okay.
What's the question?
Oh, Boomstick he made a Patreon in the wake of everything.
Yeah.
And that was just, I said that like as you were making the face, and I was like, are you offended by that?
You
calling out OKBeast here.
No, not Patreon. Just like the fact that he's whatever.
I was very confused because Discord was just like gone for a second. But
I feel you. But yeah, plagiarism is bad.
Bad news bears, everybody. Stay away.
Okay.
You know what isn't bad?
What?
The topic of the show.
Okay.
Take it away, Bryce.
This brings us to the topic of the show. And speaking of content creation, I am curious. We are all content creators here in some form, streamers, podcasters, obviously. How would you describe what OKBeast is?
Oh gosh, a video games website.
Okay.
That has a bunch of stuff.
You're like, you've got video essays, you got podcasts. I mean, yeah, I guess you just guys make a lot of content.
We just kind of call it like, I guess like games media website is what I usually say. Not that I'm asked that question a lot, but yeah, we do the podcast, we do videos, we do articles.
Ready, set, Gamecast, asking all the hard questions.
There you go.
Anyway, has being a content creator affected what games you play and how you play them? If so, how?
What a question.
Teddy Chinaris, how would you answer the question?
Fucking yikes, that's how it is. Absolutely. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Like, the one time recently that I was able to play a game like I used to was during this last semester. I did not stream as much as usual because I was really busy. But Between when summer ended and when I had to start my work again, I had like a week. So I was like, I'm not gonna stream again until when I start my work as well. So I gave myself a week, and I spent most of that just binging God of War. And it was so awesome to play a game like I used to, where just like in solitude, just playing a game, being immersed in it. If you are streaming a game, it is very, very different. And if you're streaming as much as I do and work and also go to school, you don't really almost ever have time to play games outside of streams. Like my 4 hours a night, 6 nights a week is like, that's when I play video games now. So like I play video games and try and also be at least somewhat entertaining. So like that can completely change what I play. Like a lot of the times if I'm playing something and I'm having a good time but it's not really making good content, I will switch to like something I know that will be fun for like everybody. So it absolutely has changed how I play games for sure. 100%. It's good though because I enjoy streaming. Like tonight when I got on and played World of Warcraft for like 40 minutes, I was having a blast just because like streaming's different. Like it's a different energy, and it adds to the fun of some games. And I just enjoy like sharing it. I mean, streaming itself is fun, so like it's very different. But it definitely it's very different, but it's very fun in both ways.
Darian.
Oh my god.
Who wants to come back to
Quality
you?
content here, everybody.
Quality. No, okay, so I mean pretty similar to how Teddy said it. If it's not making good content, I typically won't play it. I'll back off away from it. And that my situation's pretty similar to his as well. Like I work 40 hours a week, so my stream time is my game time most of the time. And so I'm pretty limited to like, all right, well, is this game doing okay? And most of the time I'll be like, all right, like I'm going to play this game regardless of what numbers say because I want to play this game. But I know that that's not the case for some content creators. So me personally, I didn't have to change that much. Like I definitely stopped playing things on mobile as much as I used to. Like I used to play the shit out of 3DS games, and I haven't picked up my 3DS since I started streaming because I just don't have without spending a lot of money, I don't have a way to stream those games.
Yeah.
Just got to get a new Nintendo 3DS. I hear you can stream over Wi-Fi. There's like a software workaround.
That sounds awful.
I hear it. Like I've seen people play Pokemon. I imagine it might not work as well on like twitchy type games, but
it sounds like the quality would be severely lost. I would much rather, like, the upgrade is only like 100 or 150 or something, but I'm just not willing to do that because I have so many other games that are right here for me to play.
Yeah, and Switch is the future, so
yeah, and I can stream my Switch, so it's fine.
Alex,
Makes sense.
How about you?
I actually feel like I finish games more because of podcasting. Like back in the day, I would just spend 40 hours a week playing Call of Duty or something, and there's kind of a pressure to like have something new to talk about, even though that's not always the case. But I do feel like that definitely influences me. Like I at least, like, even if it's not a new game, I'll go back and play an old game and just try to find something fun about it, and maybe if it's worth it, share it with a podcast audience. And then the nature of the videos that we do at OKBeast, we don't really do like series videos. Like we're not doing like a Witcher 3 series or anything like that. It's like usually every video is a different game, so that's also some pressure to like be playing new stuff. So in a way, it's been like a positive change because I get to play more things, and I typically beat things more than I used to. But there's still like, it'd be nice to just be able to like pull up Call of Duty and just play that for a month, Oh
yeah.
Whereas
Very excited for October. People better be ready for me to be awful at Call of Duty for a month on stream, and that's all you're gonna see.
But I kind of miss that kind of thing. Like, and like I used to buy like probably like 5 to 6 games a year, and now I buy way too many. I'm buying that like a month sometimes, like mostly indies, but still it adds up. But yeah, so that's kind of, I think it's affected me positively and I guess somewhat not so positively, but for the most part, I feel good about it.
Do you usually like capture your footage somehow? You guys usually don't have a cam over, so you probably plugged in some way capturing footage for your essays. But
yeah, I just use Elgato because most of the time we're just playing consoles for the most part, but I don't have that like baked into my setup, but so it's kind of annoying to have to, pull that out and interrupt. Like the time I spent setting stuff up, I could have played another chapter of God of War or something, but yeah, it's not that big of a deal, but certainly I guess influences things.
I obviously podcaster, so I'm working 40 hours a week, and then we record. I put out a podcast every week. Release at Gamecast every 2 weeks, and the other weeks is Game Make Corp. So recording, editing is a huge amount of time.
Yeah.
And then as a Twitch streamer, like that's obviously the other thing I try and do. It is like playing a game on Twitch is almost like playing a game normally can be a very relaxing, chill thing, but playing on Twitch almost like drains your energy. Because like you have to be like on, you have to be present. You can't just be like laying on your couch just playing relaxed. You have to sit up, have lights on you so people can see, interact with chat and stuff. And I think it makes it harder for me to want to play games on stream, but also at the same time, if I'm not streaming a game, like if I'm playing a game without streaming it, it almost feels like I'm taking away content that I could be making. So it's almost like I can't win. Like it almost makes me not want to do either.
Almost anytime I play a game off stream, I feel guilty.
Yeah. And I like Undertale. I saw that's coming to Switch, and I think I made the decision. Like I think that's a game that people would love to see me stream, but I think that's going to be a game that I'm just going to play on Switch and not even,
Fun fact about streaming that game, it's so much reading. It's so much reading. And if you read it all out loud, your voice is real rough by the end of it. But it's a great game to stream because a lot of people love it. But it's also like, I wish I could have like immersed myself in that. It's so good. Undertale's awesome.
Yeah, I just finished it like 2 months ago. One of my favorite games ever, and I couldn't imagine streaming it. I'm also like, I'm not the type of person like if I'm streaming, like I feel like I have to turn it on a little bit, and some games I just don't want to do that, especially a game with a lot of reading. I feel like I'm just reading or something instead of actually paying attention to what I'm reading. So I think it just depends on your personality, but Undertale's great.
Yeah, streaming definitely can affect how you play a game. And I think probably if I wasn't trying to stream God of War, I probably would have beaten it already, just because I've been doing short stints of God of War. But I think if I was playing just on my couch, chill, I probably could go like 5-6 hours at a time rather than the 1 or 2 that I've been doing while streaming. But that brings us to so next time I came up with the topic of the show for next time while we were having this deal. There's been a lot of it seems kind of with Fortnite there's been a lot of discussion of like getting good at video games. It almost seems like you have to
with Fortnite. I'm pretty sure that would be like an origin of that is like Dark Souls.
Okay,
I mean, even further back, but yeah.
But yeah, it seems to have gotten more of a thing because Fortnite is the big competitive thing. It's almost been
people don't normally say that about competitive games. The get good is about like single player games like that you're struggling with. People are like, oh, just get good, like Dark Souls or Bloodborne. No.
Have you ever played League of Legends competitively?
Yeah.
Everybody tells you
it's a different
get good,
type
kid.
of get good.
Well,
get good is like people, if you are struggling with a thing and not getting far, that's when people are like, get good, just get better.
Yeah. It seems like there has been a conversation about just being good at video games lately. And I honestly don't know what the exact question is, but I feel like we should have that conversation about why for an entertainment thing like video games, people are so focused on being good at it, like it's a skill that you should be doing.
Depends on the game. Will be very interesting.
Yeah,
We can talk about it next week.
Yeah, we will have that
when it's the
conversation
tots.
next time.
Or sorry, next episode.
But we have some questions to answer this time. Do you want to be a part of the show? Go to readysetgamecast.com/submit to submit question, comments, and fun fact, it's going to be our 1-year anniversary episode. So send in your favorite Ready Set Gamecast memories to readysetgamecast.com/submit. We have some questions that were submitted. Darian, can you take us through them?
I sure can. Fable asked, Teddy, what's an upcoming console game that you're excited for?
Spider-Man.
Perfect. Teddy, what do you recommend for people trying to improve at Overwatch?
Oh, that's an interesting question. For people who didn't know, at one point this last year, during last semester, I did a thing where I dedicated myself to getting better, to getting good at Overwatch. I dedicated myself to play at least an hour, trying to shoot for 2 hours of Overwatch every single day for 30 days. And I did it. And by the end of it, I saw noticeable improvement. So the real thing is consistently play every day. If you can carve out an hour, play an hour a day. That's the case with almost any competitive game that you're trying to get good at. Is just you have to play. Watching people and getting tips and stuff can only go so far. It depends on the game too when it comes to that kind of thing. But Overwatch specifically, just practice. Just practice. And I'm not good. I'm not great at Overwatch, but
who's your main?
I got better doing a Diva.
Yeah,
for sure. I have on PC specifically too. I have so many more hours on Diva than anyone else. It's 50 hours on Diva and then 6 on the next person or something like that.
That's awesome.
All right. No one asks if you could date / marry / sleep with any video game character. Who would it be? Alex.
Waluigi.
That's a real good answer.
We
Teddy.
would do it all.
Elena from Uncharted.
Damn. All right, Bryce.
I don't really know much about her, but Samus, she's a cool bounty hunter lady who probably would be awesome to hang out with and kiss.
She's
maybe.
also fucking huge. She's an Amazoness.
That's my thing. Yep.
All right.
Put me down.
Keep the armor on, baby.
So 10 years ago, my answer would have been Sora from Kingdom Hearts. But he's still a minor, so that ain't me, guys. I'm when I play League of Legends, I'm very attracted to Jhin. So I wouldn't marry him, but I would sleep with him.
Okay.
I'd probably marry Cloud from Final Fantasy VII. He's pretty hot. Zyger1337 asks, Alex, what other wacky and insane things do you have planned for this year's extra live stream? You probably want to keep some things a secret, but if you can tease us just a little bit, winky face.
I don't know if there will be any stripper segments this year. I don't know. That was pretty crazy, but I honestly don't know. There could be some fun horror stuff. I played Dead by Daylight last night with Fiona McKinnon and a bunch of our mutual friends, and that game was really fun to be the killer. I got to be let out my inner psycho, which was fun. So I think maybe something like that.
Coming back?
I think so. It was
it's
PS
free
Plus.
on PS Plus.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Because all of a sudden, all my friends that I raved about it a year ago are like, "Oh, Darian, I got Dead by Daylight," and I'm like, "Great, I haven't played that game in 8 months. They added way too much content."
Yeah, I played as the Wraith last night. It was really fun.
The Wraith is OG.
Yeah, very much. Or OG. Oh, OP. I was gonna say.
Also OP, but he's an OG killer. I think he was the first added killer, technically.
Oh, that's cool. I killed everybody on my first time playing as the
Yeah.
monster. So I felt pretty good. And I like leaned into it like I was like role playing as the wraith. It was very fun. So I don't know, Zyger. You'll just have to wait and see.
All right. Do you think Teddy Chinaris from twitch.tv/Teddy Chinaris cleaned his bed sheets recently? Boy has a problem calling him the fuck out right now. Love you, Teddy.
Yes, I did. Because
When?
my girlfriend was here this weekend.
Yeah, I was
So,
like, he had a
okay,
girl
but hold on.
over. I would hope he
The
did.
The question
Yeah.
was, do you think that he cleaned the
Okay.
sheets?
Oh, okay. Well, I was
Nice.
answering.
No, I'm just kidding. Smash Bros. What is one character you want in the game and one you think has a chance of being in the game? Bryce.
Agumon.
All right. Alex.
One I want, Master Chief. The one that I think might be likely, Banjo-Kazooie.
All right. Teddy.
The one I want, Cole McGrath. The one I think that would be likely. I think Crash is possible. Oh,
Crash
Shovel
is
Knight.
possible.
Shovel Knight.
Well, he's in
Shovel
there
Knight's
as
also
a
that's the one
trophy.
possible.
He's in there as
Is
a
he?
trophy.
Is Shovel Knight in as a trophy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's upsetting.
Blah.
All right, I stick with Crash then.
Is Mario in that game?
Yes.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Okay, good. I was about to just walk out.
It's Mario in Smash Bros.
I was like,
Well, his name-
I looked at my only display of
It's
collectibles,
Mario
and
in
Mario
that
was just
game.
staring me in the face. And I was like,
Oh my god.
this is gonna be good.
Dude, I would like to see like a yarn Yoshi because I imagine like he would have some cool
Oh,
moves with his like.
that would be
He could like
cool.
lasso people or something with his string.
They've got freaking 4 links. I feel like they could add Yarn Yoshi.
Yeah.
That's valid. I don't know. Anyway, part 2. Who do you want to see get brutally murdered for this character's reveal, as every new character announcement is followed by a death? Oh.
Sonic. Why does he like chili dogs so much? That's all.
I would love for them to announce
Shadow come out and kill Sonic.
Yeah, I would love for them to
Yeah,
announce Shadow with Shadow coming out murdering
Kill him.
Sonic.
Yeah, dude.
Come out guns
Be great.
blazing and be like, fuck you, Sonic, you're dead now. I'm the new hedgehog.
Laughing at the way he said hedgehog. Anyways.
Anybody else?
Master Chief would kill Luigi's ghost.
Oh shit. Okay.
Oh
Wow.
my god.
Then he's dead forever.
Why?
I just have a weird hate thing for Luigi.
What? What
We
did
don't have to
Luigi
get into
ever
this.
do?
He's,
No. What
did he do to you?
He's trying to be a manipulative nice guy, but really he's an ass.
Hold on.
Wow.
Waluigi
Luigi's
forever.
not the manipulative one, okay?
Luigi forever.
Mario is an asshat,
Yeah.
okay?
Let's
Mario
just-
is a psychopath.
I'm
Is
fine with
he?
that too.
There's a big game theory analyzing the psychology of Mario and how shitty he is as a person. So
Yeah.
anything Matt Pat says is like law for me. So also
We can
like
kill Mario
or Luigi is Rosalina's dad and Peach is her mom. That's something that he got out of traits and things, very subtle things in the game. So that's canon to me now.
Okay. Well, Mario's already died, so.
Yeah. Yeah, he got destroyed.
Okay.
All right.
Anyways, next question.
Moving on. This one's from Zai. What does the cat think about the geopolitical situation going on in Arabian countries regarding the ability to access underground fossil fuels?
Why don't you ask him?
Hey, what do you think?
This is kind of
Hey,
ASMR.
specifically, what do you think about the geopolitical situation going on in Arabian countries regarding the ability to access underground fossil fuels?
Hey, what do you think about the
Don't say it again,
geopolitical
don't say it again.
situation going on
Don't do it.
in Arabian countries
Oh my
regarding
God.
the ability to access underground fossil
Hate
fuels?
myself.
I don't think this cat gives a shit.
That's the answer. Doesn't give a shit.
Blessing maybe asks, Alex, blink 3 times if they're holding you hostage. We got a rescue team ready.
Blessing, maybe.
The future is near. Says, yo, Teddy, I will talk Destiny all you want. Let's start a new show called Fire Team Talk. No copyright issues at all.
I think that might be a little too close to Fireteam Chat, but I don't know.
It could be Fire Squad Talk.
I mean, Fire Team.
Yeah, but
Water Squad Talk.
I think we'll just avoid that one. Just to be safe.
All right, Fal asks, what do you plan to do in Battle for Azeroth? PvP or PvE primarily, or a bit of both?
And then he ends it by saying Teddy, period. I will extend that to Alex too. But I, like I've said before, play WoW very casually. It wouldn't surprise me if I spent most of the time fishing. Wouldn't surprise me if I spent most of the time doing battle pets.
Yep.
I don't know, man. I have no idea. I would love to get more into the actual game of hardcore PvE, like dungeons, heroic dungeons, mythic dungeons. I'd love to do raids. I'd also love to try PvP. I've never tried it. I mean, I've tried, but I've never tried it seriously. So I'd love to attempt it. But overall, I find myself probably playing it for a month, getting through a quarter of the quests, getting from 110 to 113, and then probably getting distracted by another game. That's probably it. And then I'll be back to it at some random point next semester. That's probably what's gonna happen. What about you, Alex?
I'm very much into WoW PvP. That's what took up
teach me
a lot of my time. I used to be in an arena team and all that. And yeah, I love WoW PvP. It's one of the PvP games. I feel like I'm pretty good at multiplayer games. I generally am in the top, 75%, I feel of the matches I play. WoW is the game that has always challenged me and I've always been trash at. And so there's kind of this weird, I need to beat it. And I need to prove myself. So yeah. And so I love WoW for that. I'm also like Teddy, I used to just go and sneak into the hordes area and just go to a secret fishing spot and fish and get their rare fish and then sell it on the Alliance auction house for gold.
Nice.
There's a lot to do in WoW.
There's so much to do.
Sometimes there's no fighting at all.
Yeah.
And that's exciting.
I want to play more.
So that's my answer.
Okay.
All right. Chat asks, fuck, marry, kill Sylvanas, Jaina Proudmoore, and Leroy Jenkins.
Okay. Is one of these the elf queen of the horde?
Yes.
That's
Sylvanas. This
Sylvanas.
is Night Elf, yeah.
Okay.
Or wait, is she even? I don't.
She's undead now.
Yeah, she's undead. Yeah.
Because I saw her in the cinematic where the orc wanted to kill himself.
Was Sylvanas even in that one?
Yeah, she
Oh
was-
yeah, she is at the end.
Well, she was there
think.
when she was lighting the tree on fire. So
Blood Elf Banshee.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
mine is I would fuck Sylvanas, I would marry Jaina, and I would kill Leroy.
That's my exact
who's
combo.
who's
That's
Jaina?
that's everyone's exact.
Jaina's
there's
the
no other
mage
answer.
lady. She's oh, you wouldn't get that either. I was gonna say she's like Ash, but not
Ash
with
Ketchum?
arrows, just with magic.
Wait,
no, like
who's-
Ash.
What was the question?
Ash in League of Legends.
Who's
He
Jaina?
doesn't know who
Who's
Jaina is.
Jaina Proudmoore. She's Laura Bailey. That's all you
She's-
need to know.
She's got the long, silver hair.
Yeah. It used to be blonde. The silver is
Okay.
like a new
played
thing.
Hearthstone. She's the mage.
Yeah, she's the mage in Hearthstone.
Okay, fine. I will go same. Fuck Sylvanas, marry Jaina, and kill
That's everyone's
Leroy.
answer.
So we're all on the same page.
Yeah.
You know what? Just kidding. I'm gonna fuck Leroy Jenkins. No, I'm just kidding.
Damn,
kidding.
I
He's got
like
dragon
it.
eggs.
Man,
Does that
I
mean you're gonna kill Sylvanas? Cause sounds like she's undead. So
I can't believe that whole Leroy Jenkins thing was staged.
what?
Yeah, you didn't know that? They put out a video of their practice run. The whole thing was fake.
Don't lie to me.
Don't tell me that.
No, it's
Don't-
true.
don't
Look,
fuck
you
with
can
my
look into-
existence right now.
Leroy Jenkins was
I
faked.
have. They give it.
There's a video up of their
I've
like.
seen interviews. Why would they lie like this?
Was Leroy Jenkins scripted?
was
Oh
faked.
no!
Yes,
Don't- I
Leroy
can't.
Jenkins is fake.
It's
Oh,
real.
it is. It's a staged promotional video. They admitted to it.
Wrestling is real too.
I ruined it all for everybody. Well, this
That's
seems
fine.
The top comment on this video is "My life was a lie."
this seems like
No.
a great way to bring us all into housekeeping.
Oh
Go to ReadySetGamecast.com for links to the podcast on all your favorite podcast services, including iTunes, Google Play, and Stitcher, as well as the video version on YouTube.com/LastGeek. You guys ready?
Yeah, let's do
Mad
it.
about
Okay.
it.
If you like the show, please subscribe, rate, and review it on iTunes and Stitcher. It helps us grow and become more powerful.
Jesus, that was way more than I thought. That was so much emphasis.
I messed with my mic settings so that I can like talk more voiceful and stuff into them.
Guys, I
Talk
got
more
real
powerful.
muscles.
I've never been more proud of you, Darian.
See little lines. Okay, sorry.
Other Last Geek stuff you should check out. This is your regular reminder that GameMate Corp has a new episode. Matt A. Plays was on it. You know him. He's a person.
Wow.
We
You
know
have two
him.
other
He's a person.
podcasting buddies, and Maddie Plays was your first guest.
He has a picture of
Wasn't
me on
he?
his fridge.
He was the first guest on this one too, wasn't he?
Yeah. Well, no,
But he wasn't first on
he
the other
wasn't
one.
the first
Sorry,
one
there
on
was.
GameMate Corp. No, we had some other people.
Wow,
But
what a loser. Am I right, guys?
He was the first solo guest.
What? I thought the chicken or the soy, the sauce guy was solo.
No, yeah, he was the first guest, but Beckers was on that episode. Beckers wasn't on Matt A. Plays episode, so he was the first one.
So first podcast sans Beckers as well.
Yeah. And Matt A. Plays came on when you two were missing. So Matt A. Plays is always there when
He's just a good replacement.
yeah. And it's just like, everyone's gone. Matt, please save me.
Matt, help.
Anyway, I mentioned a little bit earlier, but next episode is the 1-year anniversary of Ready Set Gamecast. So it's just going to be me, Dexterity, and Teddy Chinaris. So yeah, send in stuff. Let us know that you like the show and stuff, and we'll probably talk about that a little bit. But this brings us to the end of the show. Alex Van Aken, where can people find you?
You can find me on Twitter at It's Van Aken, and then you can find my work at OKBeast.com, YouTube.com/OKBeast, and every Monday I host the OKBeast podcast. And we actually have a new show that we just put out about a week ago called Leaderboard, where we sit down in podcast form and rank video games based on various categories, like best snow levels, best weapons that aren't guns, like that kind of thing. And then on the Fridays after that podcast episode, we put it up in video and article form as more of like an official top 10 list. So check that out as well. It's called Leaderboard.
Nice.
That's on Apple Podcasts.
Yep, it's everywhere except for Spotify because Spotify hates us.
Yeah, Spotify's hard to
hates
get onto.
everybody.
Spotify's hard, yeah.
You can, as of I feel like you can only get on if you pay through certain hosting companies.
Yeah,
and
there's like a
we host our
form
own
you
stuff.
can. I don't know.
Yo,
It's,
the icon for Leaderboard is beautiful.
yeah,
I tried doing that manual, this very sketch Google form,
Yeah.
and never heard back. So
Same. Here.
Everyone go download it right now.
Holy
but-
shit, you guys have a lot of podcasts.
yeah, we do a lot of we have anime podcasts, gaming podcasts.
I'm
We do a
in
lot of
love with
limited
your
run
podcast.
podcasts.
Yeah.
So
Alex
You
is.
all have such good. They all have such good icons.
thanks, I appreciate that.
Their production values is very, very good.
I've said this about OKBeast. What I do on the internet is pretend to be talented, and what they do is actually be talented.
No, everyone's pretending.
Yes.
They're the goal.
Darian, where can people find you?
You can find me with the username Dexterity, DEXTERIDEE. I'm on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, and I got a website that just redirects to my Twitch.
Teddy Chinaris.
You can find me on twitch.tv/Teddy Chinaris and twitter.com/Teddy Chinaris and instagram.com/Teddy Chinaris, which I'm trying to use more. And you can find me also on YouTube. Going to be putting some stuff up soon, hopefully. Same place, but it's youtube.com/C/Teddy Chinaris because they make you do that. That's a thing. That's annoying, even after the 100. But, yeah. On Twitch, I stream Mondays through Saturdays, 6 to 10 p.m. Central. Be on the lookout for 0 viewer streams with World of Warcraft. That's fun, everybody. And then ready to tank my streaming career for a while. And then gonna be playing some more Detroit to finish off that game soon. Yeah, Darian?
YouTube.com/Teddy Chinaris redirects to your channel.
Really? Oh,
yeah.
Cool.
You didn't try that?
I didn't try it. I just believed the C that they gave me.
Never believed
That might
I
be
believed it. I was like, okay, and that's gonna be a C. But yeah, I stream all the time. Detroit, Destiny 2, hopefully, and some WoW stuff soon. So, see you there. Twitch Prime.
You can find me on Twitter at Last Geek, Instagram Last Geek Plays. Twitch is Last Geek Plays. YouTube.com/Last Geek is where you'd find the podcast in video form. And lastgeek.com should have links to all the things. And that's everything. We've done the podcast. Everybody, good job.
Only took 72 hours.
Thank you.
Please send supplies.
Thank you, everybody who listened, and we will see you again in 2 weeks. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.